Hey, what's up guys? This is Carson. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be turning these Halo sounds into an actual song that sounds decently good, in my opinion anyways. Hopefully you guys agree.
Overkill.
So guys, this is one of the most challenging things I have ever had to do. I had to make this in under 7 days because I was gone and then I was busy. I was working on the new single, which is out now. You can go check that out. It's my new song. I'm really proud of it, and I think that it's like one of the best things I've ever made. And this, as far as challenging myself to only use sound, like certain sounds, obviously in this case Halo sound effects, this is like the best thing I've ever made as well. So like, there's this video, this song, and then there's a song. Like I said, I just released it. A lot of good stuff coming out, and you guys should all go check that out if you end up liking this. But yeah, basically everything in this song is my last video like this wasn't. I used Apex sounds from Apex Legends, and I cheated a little bit. If you watch back the video, you know that because I used a couple of VSTs, which is like essentially just instruments. Whenever I'm supposed to only use sounds from the game. But this is completely sounds from the game. I've not used anything else except for sounds from the game, and, you know, obviously done a lot of work on it. So starting off, I use this sound that is the last tick sound thing on the menu screen whenever you load into a private match or campaign or whatever. And I turned that into this sound right here, this opening ARP sound. And then in the background, you hear this like ambient sound, and that is, I believe it's on Sidewinder, the map ambience. I just recorded that and put that into the song as background ambience. Didn't do a whole lot, just reverb, mixed it, so it's there in the background. Nothing that's loud enough to destroy the whole mix, but something that's there to add a presence and an atmosphere, essentially. And then, like I said, these are all sounds that I messed around with. I had to repitch the original sound to an actual note, and I believe it was what was it? I repitched it to an F. Sorry, I brain farted. So I had to repitch it to so it's an actual note, and it's not just a sound that's very off key and off pitch, and you know, everything like that. And then this next bit, there is a electric guitar type sound and a bass / 808 that comes in, and the 808, it's the same sound as the other one. It's the same little clip where it's the menu beeping sound. Just heads up, the menu beeping sound thing, it's literally, that's used for like everything that's like in a melody or a bass line, like everything in this project is essentially made from that, except for a few things like some percussion stuff, some sound effects type stuff like swells and different stuff like that. But everything you hear that's like a melody is all from that 1 second like sample, and I messed around with it a lot. And this is the same. I just had the same sample and I played it way down, so it's low and there's a little bit of a sub bass to it, but not to the point where it's just a sub bass. And a bunch of effects, like I said. And a little bit distorted because, you know, it's fun. And then I took that and I exported that out and I put in another version, which is just the same thing, but I pitched it lower. So that's more of the sub bass type thing. So there's one that's very obvious that you can hear, and then there's one below it that adds an extra depth. And you can hear there's kind of wavering, but it just adds to it, in my opinion. It just adds to the distortedness of the bass. And then there's this guitar which comes in, which is again same sound. And I used up all the slots right. But then this is the guitar. Like I said, there's a lot of effects on this as well. And I have it slowly come in. And then this bit that comes in. So I turned an SMG sound from Halo 2 Anniversary, and I cut that down a lot and did a lot of. I pitched it down. I did a lot of EQ on it. It's still not perfect because you can hear a little bit of a clipping sound, but it's not noticeable that much whenever you listen to it all together. But this is the kick drum sound that I have. Like I said, it's not the best, but whenever you listen to it in context, it's not super noticeable because the high end takes up, it overpowers the little clipping sound. And that high end is partially these hi-hats. Hi-hats, hit-hats, I'm stupid. But this is the sound of a picking up the battle rifle and like kind of cocking it. Like, again with this, pitch down a lot and a lot of effects too. This is one of the hardest things for me to mix in this project, to be honest, was this sound. And then a snare comes in, which is actually the Halo Combat Evolved pistol sound, but I cut off the front shot part of it. If I can show that here. Yeah. So as you can hear, that's the pistol sound, but I cut it off to just that part. And again, as you can hear, a lot of effects on that as well. And then this little bit comes in, and it's a double layered. I don't know exactly how to describe what this is. This just helps move it along. It's a different rhythm from everything else, and it's the same sound from the menu, just layered up in a lot of effects. Just to help in the background, just move it along. And then that bit repeats, and then it goes into the build-up part, which it's all the same stuff from before. The hi-hat and the snare part drops out, and the kick starts to come in more consistently to build. And then this comes in, which is like a ride/clap type sound. If I can turn on all the EQ so you can hear it. And then whenever you hear it, it does not sound the best because it's been stretched out a lot. This is the sound of picking up a plasma grenade in Halo 2 as well as the other sounds, except for the pistol. But it plays like this ride/clapping sound in the background. Like I said, it sounds very, very messed up right now, but in context, if you listen to it, you can hear that it actually works. And then, like I said, the kick comes in more consistently. There's this guitar part that comes in that slowly comes in volume. And then there's also this little rise right here that comes in. This is also the menu sound, but I messed around with it a lot with different bit crush type stuff, and then I exported that out, brought it back in so I can do some pitching around with it while it plays. As you can hear, there's a very bit crush sound, and it's very choppy, and you wouldn't want to listen to it just by itself because it doesn't sound the best by its own. And then this part right before the main impact, I have a vocal from the Halo announcer, obviously, whenever you hear it. It's the overkill sound. You guys, by listening to it, should already know what it is. And then I pitched it down and I'll put a little bit of a automation on a guitar filter on it towards the end. So it drops down in pitch and a little bit drives up.
Overkill.
You can hear it right there. And then whenever that plays, here's the big impact part.
Overkill.
And that is so this same sound that was the rise in just pitched around, and it sounds like this. It sounds very doom like the pitching. It sounds almost like screaming, but in the background. And then I come in with the same guitar that's before, but just playing a different melody and everything from that. And then I took that, rendered that out as audio file, put it back in, and I dropped it to a lower bass sound. And then I did the same thing, but instead of lowering it, I pitched it up above the regular sound. So in that one, those three guitars, you get the highs, the mids, and the lows all playing the same thing. Until the end, I have this little variating melody part in the mids, so it doesn't get super repetitive. And then there's this little break part right here where it's the same game start sound, but there's a automation to pan it across your ears. If you're listening on headphones, you can hear that. And there is effects on it. All these effects, a lot of these have guitar sounds on them or Big Crush stuff on them to make the sound different. That's what a majority of the sounds have on this project. And that's just there to give a little bit of a little break before you get back into it. And then percussion-wise, it's not very, like, it's not like a brand new pattern or anything. It's just... And then, like, it's not that hard of a pattern. It's not anything special. But I have the snare part come in at the very beginning when it comes in, so it can be more impactful. Because without the snare at the beginning, it's just kind of like... To me, it sounds like it's starting to rise into a second drop type thing, but if you have it instantly... It makes more sense. And then later on, as this is playing out, the pluck sound comes back in. And there's the pluck, and then also at the end, I have the shields coming back on for Master Chief as a little riser. Very time stretched out, as you can hear, but in context, again, you can't really tell. And then it comes out, it closes out, and then there's another Halo. This is a little of a cheesy bit, this vocal thing, but I put this in anyways.
Game over.
Because this song's done.
Bruh.
And that is about it for showing you guys where everything is, what everything is, and here is the full song.
Game over.
I hope you guys like this video, and I know I normally don't do this. I've literally like never said this once in my video, but guys, I'm trying to hit 500 subs very soon. So please, if you haven't, please just subscribe. If you like this, I have a lot of other content on this channel that's regarding either music production or, I've done some stuff where I play games with people, and there's some stuff like that. I just released a video the other day, Halo related as well, where I was playing with my Discord server, and we all were playing Halo. And then I also released my singles and soundtrack songs for games or animations that I score. That all is on this channel. So if you don't know that, you know it. If you have known that and haven't watched something, you totally should, because you'll make me happy. But that's all I really got for this video. Thank you guys, and have a good day.